Hello. Hello.
That's all you're gonna do.
Hello.
You smell very perfumey today.
Hello.
This must be her eHarmony video that she's shooting right now.
Do they have gay people on eHarmony?
No, I doubt it. Well, I'm sure they have several gay people on eHarmony, they just don't admit it.
So there's not a gay section on there?
No.
Oh. Why not?
I'm owned by the very religious man.
It's money.
Match.com has a gay section. You can go on that.
Well, isn't Match.com just like a hookup site?
I don't really know. We'd have to ask Alejandra. She's on it.
I think Match.com is just a hookup site.
Is it? I never. I mean, I see their ads on TV all the time. I never really thought about it. I mean, I don't think it's exactly Grindr, but don't know.
Something to think about.
Something to ponder.
I don't know if it is or not. I don't believe in those dating sites, anyways.
Have you ever believed in them?
No, and especially eHarmony, because if you find someone on eHarmony, chances are that they don't even live in your area.
Right.
So then you have to relocate. Do you really want to relocate? I think not.
But what if the love of your life is 1,000 miles away? Let's just see what they say.
He's just enjoying his life.
eHarmony. Get deeply matched with singles based on 29 dimensions.
Okay, but is there a gay section?
I don't know if we would even be able to find that out unless we log in and find matches. I'm not signing in either. Dr. Neil.
Well, let's see if we could do this. Wait. If I am a man and I'm seeking a man.
Find my matches.
No, put in your zip code. Let's do 92116. That's Kensington. What does it say?
We need to put in an email Lord. And all that shit, and I don't want to do it.
All right, Christina Monet.
At gmail.com.
That's what I'm going to put in, Christina Monet. I'm going to put my mom's in. I was going to put my fake one in, but I can't remember my fake one.
Oh, and you'll probably have to go and log in and get the little link to click.
Oh, here, I'll just put it on my Ophelia. What is with this friggin' keyboard?
It's a split keyboard, so you can do it with your thumbs. Well, I do.
I can't even type with a regular one. At hss.tv. Did you mean? No, I did not. I wrote what I meant. My password. I'm going to put Jaybird.
Jaybird, that's going to be.
Well, I'm not going to actually do that now because everyone would know and they would be able to sign on. I'm going to come up with another one. Okay, hold on. I've got to think. I've got to think of a password that I will remember.
I love that the experiment that we're doing is trying to see if we can sign up on eHarmony.com. Finding men for men.
All right. Who told you?
Who cares?
I'm going to say other. Oh, I'm going to say word of mouth. Because I love me some good word of mouth. Find my matches.
What is your first name?
My first name is Ophelia. All right. Now find my matches. Welcome to your Harmony Gay and Lesbian dating page. So they do have a gay.
Compatible partners, an eHarmony service for gay and lesbian singles seeking long-term relationships. Go to compatible partners.
Yes. Okay. Now, Jay.
No, I don't want to do it.
Jay, take me off of here. Erase my profile.
God.
Well, I don't know. I barely know how to sign up, so clearly I'm going to be able to erase myself. Is there a way that I can, I don't want to be in there anymore.
Well, I think you'd have to go.
All right.
I know,
well,
but
we'll
then you'll have to do that later.
All right.
All right.
Whatever.
Well, so they have compatible partners on eHarmony. That's amazing.
Maybe I'll do that. Maybe as a homework assignment, I will sign up and see what I get. See how close my closest companion is to me.
Well,
besides Jay.
I would like to see who others are on eHarmony. Because I bet you a lot of people didn't know that eHarmony had the gay and lesbian
I did.
thing.
That's why I asked.
Yeah.
See, now we're informed.
Now we know.
I'm going to, yes.
Until you get there and it shows you nothing but women or nothing but men.
Well, we'll have to see.
We will not allow you to select him. No, you can't have his email address.
Well, we'll see. I'm going to try it.
Okay.
Yeah. I wonder if I have to be all honest and stuff on it. Well, I guess so. That would be.
As honest as Ophelia can be.
Oh, that's
Which is
honest.
can be fairly brutal.
It's Ricky. That's the problem. Not being so honest.
What'd you do this weekend?
Well, let me tell you, I had a unproductive, borderline crappy weekend. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. It was,
Well, you filled me in on a little bit of it on Sunday, so.
oh, I did? What did I tell you?
Well, you told me about your ongoing concerns and issues and dilemmas you've been having with the fabulous city of San Diego.
Is off socks, the big ones. They got a lovely email from me last night. I emailed him, and my final comment on the thing was, I contact your office for results, not apologies and excuses. Yeah, it was not the most sweetest email that I got. I haven't got a response.
Well,
I kind of doubt I will.
as long as you're not expecting one, I guess.
No, I'm really not.
Not really.
No. And I am having an issue with the police department. They're my necks. I'm about to go a little gangster on one of the police officers.
Why? Why do you need police?
Jump over her head.
What's going on with the police?
My ticket that I got that parking ticket.
The parking
and then
ticket,
it was dismissed, right? And I have in writing that it was dismissed. Well, I got a delinquent notice on that ticket. That it wasn't dismissed. Mm-hmm. And so I've now contacted her 3 times. And her response to me every time is, I'm going to research that. Well, I've sent you the email that you did. I've given you all of the research that you really need to do. Now it's going to go. I think I'm gonna have to call some of my higher ups, and which I hate doing. Yep. Everyone doesn't think that is true, but I really do not like doing that.
As soon as you run your credit and find that delinquency on your, you will be pissed off.
Well, as soon as, or I can't register my car, right, or any of that stuff, or my jet ski, or that fucks up with that shit. But I'm gonna take care of it before that because I emailed her a not so pleasant email last night too.
So now that your whole fucked up parking driveway situation,
yes,
where do you keep your jet ski?
In my driveway.
In your driveway. In your driveway that's not really your driveway?
No. My driveway is my driveway. It is the extension of my driveway, which is the problem.
Right. So technically, the city has given you permission to drive on the extension to get to your driveway.
To get to my driveway.
Okay.
And they've done it with they have filled in my street in front of my house.
Right.
But they don't want to change my address.
That's right. You have no address now. You're homeless.
I have no address. Right. So I'm wondering if I have to pay property tax on my street that does not exist. I'm just not getting that. It's
Well, maybe you should send them a letter and ask them.
I did.
Oh, okay.
And he said the street still exists. And I told him to get the hell out of his office and to come over to my house. And it does not exist.
And show me where my address is.
The maps that he sent me were from circa 2011. I'm like, come out of your office, stop relying on Google Maps, and you will see what your district looks like.
Right.
Yeah, they're not very pleased.
And you've filled out your application for...
better run when he sees me in public.
You filled out your application for the Normal Heights Town Council? Or City
Planning Commission? I filled out my paperwork, and I am going to be joining them.
And you're going to say...
It's in 2 weeks.
Whose fucked up idea was it to do this to my street?
I know.
Okay.
You know that movie Revenge? You know the show Revenge, where she has pictures of everyone and then she checks them off when she... Just saying.
Are there people on the council that you know for friendly?
No, because so far I found the council to be idiots.
Oh.
I mean, really, the only thing that the council has been good at is posting fluffy photos on his Facebook page and avoiding answering any questions.
Got it.
That's what I found our council.
Oh, I meant the planning committee people.
Donna Fry.
The planning committee people.
The planning committee people, they've been pretty cool.
Okay. Speaking of planning committee people or committees that you were thinking of joining, are you...
You didn't even ask. You asked me about my weekend and you didn't even let me talk.
Well, see, this is what happens. Conversation grows. Didn't we talk about this on Sunday?
Yes.
What has been your... Are you going to join the one out by your ranch, where you keep your horse?
I already belong to that one.
Oh, good. You already
encompassed the city.
Cracking the whip, making changes.
I jokingly said a couple of months ago that I was going to run for county supervisor, right? It's actually because I think I put it out into the universe. It's coming to fruition. I may be on the county. I could become a county supervisor.
See? Well, you've already got him on your...
will be all excited, married to a politician.
You'll get your own security detail that's not Bodyguard John. Ooh, maybe you could hire...
I can hire Bodyguard... Odie.
Odie. Steal Odie from the mayor?
From the mayor. I don't think the county supervisors have security detail.
Oh, well, that's dumb.
None of the council people have security detail, just the mayor. Yeah.
I think that you should have your own security detail.
Well, sometimes I feel like I need it, but...
If anybody did need it, it would probably be you. Or just wear a bulletproof vest.
I don't know what that means.
I don't either.
So this weekend, back to me and my weekends. Let me tell you, it was one of those weekends that everything that I wanted to do, nothing panned out. You know what I'm saying?
What was one thing you wanted to do?
I'm going to tell you the 3 things that I was going to do.
Okay.
So it was Long Beach Pride. And so I originally was going to go to Long Beach for Long Beach Pride. And the people that I stayed with up there, they got called out of town to go. They had to go away on business. So I had to nix that because then I couldn't find any place to stay. And the hotels were too crazy expensive.
Yeah.
And then I wasn't just going to drive up there on Saturday and then drive back Saturday night. You know what I'm saying? That clearly was not an option.
No.
So I nixed that, and then I was going to go on a trail ride, a poker. Remember I talked about this last week. I was going to go on the poker trail ride. And so I was getting, I rode Luna every day last week. We were all ready, all excited. So then on Friday afternoon, I was working, and I get this phone call from the ranch, and they're like, you need to call us right away. And I'm like, they never really do that. And then they called right back, and they're like, and Luna is fine. And I'm like, and that's a big fat lie. Like, you don't call, you know what I'm saying? So they were working with Luna, and they had put her in the trailer, and she got whatever, and she bucked up, and she hit the bar that's up on the top of the trailer, and ripped the top of her head open.
Oh.
13 stitches later, and a tetanus shot, and yada yada yada, and blood. Oh my God!
Ooh.
It looked like a little slaughter thing.
Yikes.
So then I was out in Lakeside with her, and the vet doing everything. And I'll show you pictures. And then they're kind of gross.
Thank you. I can't wait.
And then the vet's like, no, nothing for 2 weeks. She's on antibiotics for a week, and she has her stitches in for 2 weeks, and she can't, go run a ride or anything for 2 weeks. Just can love her and take her for little walks, which I've done, but So then that canceled my ride that I was going to do on Saturday. Boom. So far, Long Beach, boom. Ride, boom. So I'm like, all right, I'm going to go out to the river. You know what I'm saying? I'm ready. That'll be fun. So I had to go to dinner on Friday night with, it was a friend of mine, Bonnie's birthday. And it was my birthday last week, too. I'm not sure if you remember that. But
we do.
I went to dinner for our birthdays at Bully's, East down in the Valley. Very delish. Very delish.
You've talked about Bully's a couple times. You like their food.
I do like it. And, but dinner lasted a little bit longer than because there was Babette Schwartz was there, and David, and Sean, and Joe, and Alex, and There was someone sitting across from me, but now suddenly I can't remember who that was. Doesn't really matter.
Not really.
And then Bonnie, and it was it was a very fun little crowd. Mm-hmm. And then, although that is kind of irritating that I don't know who else was there. That means I don't want to say they're boring, but I think they were boring. Anyway, so dinner lasted longer than what I thought. And so then I got home, and I was going to go. I was just going to cook up the jet ski and go. Mm-hmm. However, I was like, oh, you know what? I need to check and see what's even charged. And by now it's like 9:30-ish, right in that range. Well, the jet ski wasn't charged, so I was like, well, I'm gonna have to charge that. So I started getting stuff together, and as I was getting stuff together, then I'm like, well, if I drive out there, it's gonna be like 12:30 before I get there, and then I'm gonna have to find everything to kind of charge it, and then I kind of started stressing about that. And then I'm like, oh, fine. I'm just going to charge it, and then I'll just get up early in the morning, and I'll just take off early in the morning. Well, and this thinking about it, all of the stuff, I never charged it. I just went to bed, so I would get up early in the morning. So I woke up in the morning, and I'm like, getting everything ready, and my jet ski is still not charged up because I didn't go plug it in.
And so you would have had to turn right around and come back on Sunday morning anyways. Do you normally do that?
You were going to get canceled.
Oh, I was going to get canceled.
Yeah, you were going to get canceled.
Well, you would have canceled on us. We would have still met, though.
Yes. You guys would have met.
Yeah, exactly.
Anyway, so by the time that was all said and done, then I was like, well, by the time I drive out there, and then Saturday would be a wasted day because I would still have to charge the jet ski and I'm not going to go there for one day by myself. So that got fixed.
Well, your weekend sounds amazing already. So the moral of the story is you did what exactly?
Not very much.
Not very much.
I did a lot of getting ready for
nothing.
You know what I'm saying?
Well, sometimes you need a weekend to do that.
Yeah.
Do you have plans this?
It was very frustrating, though.
Do you have plans this weekend to go to the river?
No, I'm not going to the river. I don't go on big holidays.
On the holiday weekends? No. Too many people?
Mm-hmm. I think I'm going to a Saturday afternoon. I think I'm going to go out to Palm Springs.
Everybody and their mother I know is going to Palm Springs.
I'm going to meet my, Mike and Jesse and have dinner out there, and then come back on Sunday. Mm-hmm. I guess she wants to give us a
right.
No, I didn't want to do anything at all.
I didn't want to do anything at all.
It's sold out, so I can't get tickets?
It's totally sold out.
I can't get tickets? Well, why are you giving me a flyer if it's sold out?
No, it's not completely sold out. People can still come.
It says sold
for
out.
the limited reserved seating and standing areas. There's still you can still see it throughout the whole restaurant, inside and out. It'll be broadcast on the TVs, and there's a red carpet outside and the meet and greet after the show. That's going to be outside in the parking lot.
Okay, that's good. Thank you.
Fabulous.
Thank you.
And the high heel race. Are you going to race this year?
No, I'm going to be on a road trip.
Oh, you should clean your glasses. You might be able to see more.
At least they would know. I mean, what color your eyes are.
Oh, well then how about if I just take them off?
No. You look better with them on.
Oh, thanks. You look better like your head against the wall.
Yeah, thank you.
Oh my God. Okay,
let's go on a break. This is turning into very bad discussing.
Oh, you love it when I come and invade your show.
I think you were going home. She said she was going home. When I walked in, she said she was leaving.
Well, clearly she needed airtime. So, we probably do need to take a break because when we come back, we have some guests.
All right, break.
All right.
Break!
We're back after a quick little break.
We were gone for so long.
I
went out on the patio and I was almost attacked and molested.
We'll see, then you don't need eHarmony. You can just come here and find your dates.
Well, I think I was more molested. I don't think it was a date. I think I was molested.
Maybe it's the boobs. Everybody just loves the boobs.
They do. And people were about my shoes today. I don't know what they were trying to do to me. I was a little scared.
You were a little scared. Your hair looks very cute today.
Thank you. Because I love my summer dew.
Yeah. I still like your other one better, but it looks cute. Moving on, that's all. How's your mother? I've been meaning to ask you. How is executive producer MJ Todd?
She is good.
Good. I miss you. I miss your tweets. She used to tweet me all the time. Something you don't really do. Oh yeah, it's 5 o'clock. We got our shots early. Cheers. Salut.
That's when I don't like.
Yeah, not so much. Ugh. Somebody asked
Bless
me
Yes.
what was the best piece of advice I ever received.
Oh, I read that.
And I wasn't sure how to respond. I'm like, well, I don't really know.
And what was the best piece of advice you've ever?
I still have yet to
What do you
decide.
think it was?
I don't know.
Was it something your mom told you?
Well, my mom has told me lots of things.
Was any of it good? Did you listen to any of it?
Some I listened to, some I did not.
What about your coach? Did he give you any advice?
No, his mouth was always too full. So
Let me give you a piece of advice.
he didn't talk
Stop
much.
lying.
He didn't talk much. Well, I asked other people. Well, do they know what is the best piece of advice they gave?
Yes, I like Tom Mullen's answer the best.
Really?
Yes. Do you know what it was?
Something that had to do with you, I'm sure.
It did.
Because anything he ever comments always has to do with you. Like the last comment was, oh, you need to bring Ophelia to the football field so we can do a show there. I'm like, oh yeah, I'm sure she'd love fucking doing that.
That ain't gonna happen.
Right? And let's book it on the day we know it's going to be 90 degrees outside.
That ain't gonna happen.
See? Well, you know, everybody thinks that this is...
No, they have a generator.
See, exactly.
Because that's how the DJs do. They do their stuff. You just plug into the DJ
Because
stuff.
that wouldn't be loud at all.
She said generator on the wall.
Oh, well, someone is a little bitter behind the camera. I don't want to mention any names, Jay Turner.
He doesn't want to do it on a Saturday. What did he say? I don't even remember.
What did Tom Mullen say about
Yeah.
it? He said, don't get under my skin when I'm reffing a football game.
Oh, yeah. Why? Were you mean to him once?
I mean to a lot of people.
Well, that doesn't surprise me.
But I'm fair.
And there were a couple of other ones that we got too, which were interesting. But what's the best advice you've ever gotten? Or do you know?
Not to cuss in an argument.
Not to cuss in an argument.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Don't ever swear when you're like pissed off and you were gonna argue with someone. Don't ever swear.
And why? Just brings in too many emotions, anger emotions, or I don't.
Because it changes the dynamic.
Okay.
You know, the minute someone like is all yelling at you and then they throw in the F-bomb or whatever, then you're like, oh. Yeah.
And that's the best piece of advice you've ever gotten.
That's one of the best pieces of advice. So when I get in an argument, I never, ever, ever cuss.
Okay.
Ever. Cussing is really just a filler. That is how I look at cussing.
Well, which is why we fucking do it on this goddamn show all the time.
Because we have nothing to say. Except to fill in the airtime.
Fill in the airtime.
Yeah.
One of them was always be true to yourself and screw what others think. Which I guess is good.
That's cute.
Not to marry my ex. Oops.
Is that a lesbian?
Yes.
Yeah.
Of course.
I don't know how I knew that, but I knew that right off.
Yeah, don't get under Ms. Ophelia's skin, yada yada. The planet has 7 billion people on it. If you don't learn to become a people person, it's going to be a long, miserable life.
Isn't that from, I read that, isn't that the person that tried to insult me? Yeah.
Egg white facials every 2 weeks.
Oh, I like protein, but I don't like that.
Keeps the wrinkles away.
Yeah, that's called Botox.
That's called Botox. Well, I was going to say, doesn't semen do the same thing?
No.
No?
They did a study. It does not.
It does not.
Yeah. Well, I guess it would. I mean, you'd have to have a lot of it. And you have to let it dry, because that's really what it is all about.
Okay.
It's that's why egg whites are so good, because you put it on there and you let it dry. Any mask that you put on and you let it dry, it's going to...
I think Jay will sign up for that study.
What, the semen study?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
If it could get on his face.
Those weren't interesting. I guess the one about you wins. Don't get under your skin on the football field. I mean,
I like the other one, that Don't Marry My Ex. I don't know how I knew that was a lesbian rock.
Well, why? Because you just knew you were going to get divorced. Why waste the money?
No, because don't you think that a lot of women, you know, in the women, it seems like a lot of them date each other. Well, I think a lot of gay boys also do that. But
I was going to say.
Yeah.
You mean like they all know each other and they all kind of interdate each other, their friends, and then they date, and then they date their friends' friends?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I do agree with that. One of the other...
Not to date your exes, or...
No, I don't think that's true. I've had rekindled romances with people I've dated years ago.
No, dating friends, exes.
Oh, well, I mean, then I don't know if I could really date anybody because everybody's a friend to someone.
Do you have to, so how far out of the circle is okay for you?
Twice removed.
So if they're just an acquaintance, then you can date
Yes.
one of their exes.
Yeah.
But if they were like one of my exes, would you date one of my exes?
No.
Why? What's wrong with my exes?
See? There's no right answer to this question.
All my exes were hot.
Would you date one of mine?
No.
I stick to my original answer.
Do what?
First place.
Yeah. No, I don't want to babysit. I'm past the adoption phase.
Past the adoption phase. Yeah, no, I wouldn't date one of your exes. The oh so many that I know of that there are.
But there's not that
so the one, exactly. No, I wouldn't date him.
There are, I was trying to figure this out the other day. There are, like, exes, you know what I'm saying? I mean, because you have, like, flings, but I don't really look at them as exes.
Me? Or just in general?
In general.
Okay. I thought you were talking about me. You have flings.
I'm talking about you as well, but I'm saying in general.
Okay.
To me, you can date someone for a short period of time, and to me that's a fling. I don't really think of them as an ex.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like I think of an ex as someone that you had, a long relationship with. Yeah.
Okay. So, since I've known you, I've had
several.
See, so this is where I'm going with this. I have only known you really to have one, because the others we've never really been able to know about or talk about, or the other, or whatever. So I've known one. In the whole time I've known you, I've known one.
Because there hasn't been any others.
Okay. For me, there's been what?
I've had friends.
Friends. So for me, there's been. So what do you constitute? Okay. Well, so is 3 months just a fling?
Yes.
Okay.
That added to your column suddenly just filled up a little bit more.
Just a little.
Yeah.
Good to know. Well, 2 of them have been almost 3 years, 2.5 years. So. Just saying.
Mine hasn't been that. I've only been. There's something I could almost name all of mine. Please hold while I think about it in my head. Before I actually say that I can do it, let me please say.
I can name all of my long-term relationships, all of them.
How many are there?
Well, not including Jennifer. There was Brad, Keith, Mark, Johan, Chris. 5. Sorry, Paul. 6.
All right, so let's see. There was
That
Ron.
wasn't long term.
There was Ron. let me go through this. There was Ron, and then after Ron, there were a couple of
3-monthers.
And then there was Tom, and then there was Robert. Now there are others, you know, like there was John, who I dated for quite some time, but not like, you know what I'm saying?
Like you went out on dates, but it wasn't a relationship?
Right. Like
Right.
we didn't, you know.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And then there was Tim, who, you know, we hung out and did things, and, you know, there were a couple others in there.
Well, and I'm saying the same thing. There have been guys that I have dated or hung out with or whatever for 3 months, maybe even 6 months, but I don't know that that was
A relationship.
a relationship.
Right. Did you introduce them to your parents?
No.
Yeah, see,
I
it's
did
not
not.
a relationship.
It's not a relationship until they know your parents. Is that the criteria?
Yeah, pretty much.
How long do you think it needs to be before,
They meet your parents?
Yeah.
I want to meet their parents right off.
like, right away?
Yeah, like right away.
Oh, shit.
Like
Well-
right off. Because I can tell a lot about you, how you interact with your family, and if I want to even continue. Yeah, I want to meet your
Really?
parents like right off.
Like how they treat their mom? Or
Yeah, their relationship with their entire family, how they all, yeah. Right off.
How about when you like go out to dinner with them and how they treat, like, say, the waiter?
I don't care about that shit.
You don't care about that shit? I do. That shit bugs me because I've been with 2 people that have been shitty to bartenders and waiters.
Well, if they're shitty people, you kind of know that. And you
Well,
have to go out with them, but.
Well,
And I think that the difference is, we've talked about this before, to nauseam.
nauseum.
Generally, when I date someone, I don't date them in the neighborhood.
Correct.
So I don't go to a lot of places that, that would be an issue. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, well, I mean, I'm just talking in general. If I took them to a restaurant down in Chula Vista and they were shitty to the waitress, it would be concerning for me, which is kind of exactly what happened, actually.
One of my favorite restaurants is in Chula Vista.
Is it a taqueria?
I don't know. Is it a what?
Taqueria, like a...
It's a Mexican food place.
Yeah.
I can't think of the name of it right now.
It's okay. Tamales, best tamales I've ever had, come from Chula Vista.
The best tamales I ever have, a friend of mine, Christine, who used to live in Texas, whenever she goes home, her family makes homemade tamales, and then she brings them back to me.
You know, there is something about Texas tamales because Lee, when he makes his tamales, they're awesome. But he doesn't do it that often. Lee's been working 60 to 70 hours a week. So he's working his fingers to the bone.
Is Trent working yet?
No, he's still in school. His last final is tomorrow.
Oh.
And then he's off for the summer, and he needs a job. So we're trying to get you to hire him at the Hull.
Oh, yeah, because I pay a lot.
Well, I don't think he's looking for the money. I think he's just looking for something to do.
Would Lee let him come down and...
Well, when it was posted on Lee's page that he needs a job and was soliciting ideas from everybody, the Hull on Monday night came up at least 4 times.
It did? And what did Lee say about that?
He never said no.
Because, we will have to deal with people in their underwear, and I know that sometimes Lee can be a little protective.
Well, perhaps Lee would stay home that evening.
Yeah, I can see that happening too. Yeah.
No. I mean, they came up with everything from dancer at Bear Night to helper on Wet n Wilder to barista at Starbucks. I mean, it's just for the summer. It's 3 months. He needs an internship somewhere. I thought
Maybe he'd like to be a producer of a webcast show.
I doubt it. I doubt it.
Yeah, that takes so long.
I think he wants to make a little money. He doesn't have to make a lot, but he wants to make a little.
Well, I would too.
We can offer him drinks, I guess.
Well, because he does drink.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. We should take a break and come back because our guests are finally here, and we're going to have them on to talk about the upcoming FilmOut San Diego Film Fest next weekend. We'll be right back. We're back. Expanded set.
I love the song that's playing.
Well, I was just going to say, did the music get louder all of a sudden?
No, it changed.
It just changed.
It's not that disco-y music. Now it's like,
watch out, shit's going to go off. She's going to get on the table.
We in Lakeside.
Does that even show up on camera? You're gonna look odd over there.
No,
but this jangling shows up in the microphone, I promise you.
It's just like music.
I'm going to welcome Kaleb and Bob from FilmOut. Bob is a board member. Kaleb is the festival director. Thank you very much.
Who's more important?
He is. No. We don't do that. There's no hierarchy. We're all a team.
Sure we do. We do it here too.
Well, I'll say we don't admit it.
Yeah.
Whoever makes the decisions.
But we all make the decision.
Okay, see, that's
a board thing, yeah.
How many people are on the board?
We have 8 right now.
8.
We'd like 11, so we're still looking.
Anybody want to come on?
Why do you want 11 people?
Well, to distribute the work, so I can do less.
You're looking to join boards, aren't you?
No. I'm just trying to planning for it. You would have gotten me like,
Yeah, I
a
saw
month
your
ago.
message about that, and when I was here when you were complaining about the parking drama at your
I would still
house,
go.
so I know why you were there.
Yeah. Still going on. So I'm gonna get on that board.
That's the best way to change things.
I'm saying, I still think I could become county supervisor.
Oh, sure. Why not?
Right.
Only if they let you in face, though.
Only for the meeting.
And the food.
I want to see that. I would watch that.
I'd like to, switch it up.
Yeah.
Switch it up. Sure. So now, when is this coming up? This is coming up soon.
It is, yes. Next weekend. We open on May 29th. We run for 5 days. So it starts next Wednesday is our opening night with our opening night film, which is a premiere. GBF, which is an acronym for
Gay Best Friend.
If that was new to me. I don't know if the film made it up or not, but
I've never heard it before.
you had neither? Neither had I. I had neither.
Oh, I've even seen that they've been running commercials for it on like Bravo and all on the internet too. It's by the same people that did Mean Girls and what else?
No, but it's not by. But a lot of people think that because it's a similar theme and style. It's actually by the director who did. I'm drawing a blank. We're without our programming director, by the way.
Oh, no. That's okay.
Clearly, he sounds like he might be more important.
I'm the business. He's the art.
But it's from the director who did some pretty funny mainstream movies, and it's going to come to me in like 5 minutes, and I'll be like, oh my god.
That's Megan Mullally in it from Will and Grace.
Right, yes.
Great fun. We love to have a nice, lighthearted, simple, fun, entertaining film to open up with the festival.
Now, where's the first one?
It's the whole festival is at the Birch North Park Theatre.
Oh, very good.
Yeah, we rent out the whole space for Wednesday through Sunday. So it's ours.
Because didn't it used to move around to different theaters?
We did for a long time. This is our 15th year, so we've been around. A lot of people don't know. It always astounds us when we hear people, oh, I didn't even know we had a film festival.
Yeah.
So we've been around a long time, but we used to do it at the, we did it a couple different places. Once we did it in Balboa Park at the Modern Art Museum or whatever that one's called.
Right.
There 1 year. And 1 year we had it at a couple different places. That was.
Well, I was going to say a couple of times it was at the Ken because that's where I went.
For a long time we had it there. We moved to the Birch North Park Theatre 5 years ago, and it's been there ever since. They've been really great to us. We love the space.
And it's
such
a beautiful theater.
Yeah,
and it's a big space too.
Mm-hmm.
It's
great. Yeah,
we can get a lot of people in there, so we're hoping to sell it out.
And you can drink in there.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Drink in there. How awesome is that? You can buy a drink from the West Coast and bring it in.
Bring it in.
Yeah, you just let them know that you're there for the film, and they'll put it in a cup for you with a sippy straw.
I know my theater.
Right.
Okay.
You know where you can get a drink.
Okay.
And she knows exactly where to sit so she can go get another one.
Okay. And Jay knows where not to park.
Oh Lord. Oh my God.
Yeah.
How many total films are you guys doing this weekend?
There'll be 35.
films.
35 films.
Of which about 16 are feature films. And the thing, too, is that we're screening over 350 films.
Yeah.
So it really is a pick of a litter.
Yeah,
and they are
10%.
really a good collection this year.
Yeah,
Really good.
yeah. A lot of people don't even know our festival program, Michael McQuiggan, and the time he puts in. I can't even tell you the amount of time he puts in. Just watching movies. I couldn't stand it. I don't know how he does it.
So for about 3 months prior to the festival?
He watches them all year. He doesn't really stop. His cycle doesn't really end. We have a deadline for when they have to be submitted. He watches films all year long.
Oh, shit.
And we're pretty open about what we'll accept in the time period. We'll even sometimes take films that are already released on DVD just because it's fun to see them with an audience in the theater. But we try to time it within the year, of course. But yeah, he screens a lot of films, and he's got impeccable taste. I mean, so good. And I'm a very particular film person, but if Michael tells me a film's good, I'll watch it no matter what. He's never let me down.
Do you guys get to sit and watch any of the screenings with them?
We
or?
do.
We can.
Okay.
We can, but we don't have to. That's
Okay.
the big-
You don't have to.
We have committees. So if you want to, you can.
I want to be on that committee. That
Yeah.
sounds
Yeah,
fun.
it's fun. It can be sometimes, you have to watch a lot of crap to see the good
Well, that's true. That's the problem.
Kind of like dating.
Right?
So
You know?
3 months.
Yeah, I'm
That's
just
all.
saying.
it's about 10% there too, I think.
So now, what are the hours? Because that's a lot of film. So
It is. It varies a little bit. Bob, you want to tell me?
Yeah, well, Wednesday night we have the one film on Wednesday night with an after party, which is going to be at the Claire de Lune across the street. But the first one starts at 7:30, so it's just the one. And then Thursday night, and Friday night, then we also have a late afternoon, and then a couple more films after that. All day Saturday, starting at noon, and even with a late night 10 o'clock show. Right. And then and then it ends on Sunday evening.
So Wednesday starts. Our opening night is just one film, and that's at 7:30. Thursday is 5 o'clock, and then there's a film at 7 and 10, close to those times anyway. On Thursday and Friday, and then all day Saturday starting at noon, and all day Sunday starting at noon. And the after party is at a lot of people don't know this space. We kind of stumbled upon it. Claire de Lune has a space behind the coffee shop that is this old place called the Sunset Temple Ballroom. It's incredible. It's a beautiful space. It is probably the most unused space in our area. It is really it's a really cool space.
They used to have some teen events in there or something.
Oh, did they?
Yeah.
It's a great space. We used it last year. Everyone was like, "Who knew this was here?" It's
Awesome.
beautiful. We've done a really good job touching it up, and we've got some great LED lighting and stuff in there. So that's hosted. Your ticket includes entrance to the party with food and drink. So the after party is a great time actually to mingle with some of the filmmakers and other people there for the festival. And then the closing night, we actually have a closing party as well at West Coast after the film, right up behind the theater.
Oh, perfect. Drinks.
Yep,
That's going to be a fun one too, because it's going to be a Divine documentary, and we're going to be giving out an achievement award, posthumously, of course.
Yes.
Okay.
For that tremendous body of work. So that should be a fun time as well.
Yeah.
And actually, another fun thing I think about the festival is a lot of the filmmakers and a lot of the actors come down. So at the end of these feature films, there's a Q&A, and you get to ask questions and talk to people about it.
People mostly think of that as something that only Outfest and Frameline do, but
Right.
we've been doing it since the beginning. And our festival is kind of, a lot of the filmmakers think of our festival as a very casual one. They love the interaction with ours because there's not a whole lot of red tape. You can get right in there with the filmmakers. I mean, you can sit front row and ask some questions after, and then afterward take pictures with them in the lobby. So it's nice. You really get to know them actually. It's kind of fun, and they love it because they get much more interaction with the fans. And it's great. The Q&As are a lot of fun if you're a film person into film buff, or even if you're not, you can watch the film and leave. But we'd like people to stay and enjoy the Q&A sessions with the filmmakers.
especially if they're cute.
Right.
And a lot of times they are.
Well,
There's a lot of cute ones.
And especially
I'm
with
all about asking questions.
with this year's lineup, I mean, there are some, because there's some great movies. It's one of the first years
One of our best lineups.
that I've been super excited about almost every single day.
Michael pulled out all the stuff. Michael's our festival programmer. He, for our 15th year, we realized how significant it was that we've been able to stick around this long. In the last couple of years, we've seen a lot of festivals going, a lot. And so we're very proud of the fact that we've been able to not only succeed, but have our best festival yet.
Oh, Lord, have mercy. Just dangerous. Thank you.
Chris, I don't see yours.
Right? You just did 2 tequilas.
Yeah.
This is what happens when you come to Moe's.
I'm enjoying this whole thing.
Welcome to Moe's. Welcome to Moe's.
Wonderful place.
There is a movie that Ophelia, I know, would go see.
I'm going to go see, sorry, I like them.
But we brought you both passes, of course, thanking you for this interview.
Oh,
so you can come see whatever you want.
Did you bring one for him?
We brought a lot of tickets for your viewers as well. These are a bunch of tickets to a bunch of different films.
Oh, awesome. That's great.
Questions and get those out to them. There's a couple
cool.
of opening night and a bunch of other films. So,
Oh, you guys are going to have to earn these bitches. You want some damn
like
comments.
us on Facebook would be nice. We'd appreciate that.
Of course.
I'll follow us up on Facebook. So,
Maybe you can be my date to Interior Leather Bar.
oh boy,
That's the one I want to see.
that's our showpiece.
We
at this
cannot
point.
go out together.
Together. Because then the rumors start.
Some people think that we're all dating and yada yada yada. I can't do that.
They already think
There will
we're
be enough
married.
people there. Don't worry.
Yeah.
That's probably gotten more attention.
I have to take someone unimportant like Jay.
Oh my God.
Because
How
he's
sweet.
not listening.
Yeah, that'll work.
At all, he's not listening.
You know which film that is?
Look at the brewmaster from Hillcrest Brewing Company just showed up. He is.
It's just the whole family in here
Because he knows
today.
that I like to pull it. Okay.
More than you.
Don't pull my hair. It moves.
That is nice.
Is that nice? Yeah. I'm sure it has Jaeger in it.
Is that what you think it is? Would it be darker than that?
No. I'm almost 90% sure it has Jaeger in it.
Isn't Jaeger black? I've been at Jaeger in years. Too old for Jaeger.
Oh, girl. Don't even start.
Well, come on. That's a young man's drink, isn't it?
I was going to say, how do you
the
think
hell?
I'm so young?
She puts it on her face and lets it dry.
You really don't drink Jaeger?
I did when I was younger, but that's a hangover waiting to happen. I can't stand it.
No, the hangover waiting to happen is
Tequila?
Fireball.
I haven't done that since I was underage.
Oh my God.
That wasn't too terribly long ago, was it?
Long enough.
Yeah, that's what I say. Okay, so what is Interior Leather Bar?
Interior Leather Bar. You don't know?
No.
James Franco documentary? Well,
It's a pseudo documentary.
It was all about, remember the movie Cruising? And they had like 45 minutes worth of like X-rated material that they had to take out. And this was a movie where they were gonna see what recreate it with new
So
actors.
there's nudity in this
oh,
one?
there's full on sex.
Yes,
I-
there's full on sex.
I am a good Christian Catholic woman. And
There's
I'm not
something
gonna be able
about
to go to that.
watching a well-made film with an audience that has that kind of material. It's interesting. It's a different vibe.
So it's going to be lit on, so people will be in a
Naughty.
No. The theater is, I mean, those are velvet seats. We got-
We have to return the place. The condition it came in.
I've been to Hobnob Cinema.
it's not that kind
Right.
of theater.
Paper towels and lube will not be
Yeah,
provided.
The leather community is definitely turning out for that, though. So
Yeah.
they'll be there in force.
If I am not mistaken from reading it, didn't they use cuffs or part of it was recreated for cuffs? Remember cuffs in Silver Lake?
Oh, the bar.
Yeah, the bar.
I had read that too, but I don't know if the footage made it in for sure. I've
damn
read
it.
They did. I'm not positive. That's a good question for the Q&A.
See?
The director will be there, not James Franco,
So
unfortunately.
how many times did he watch this movie? Michael.
Oh. That's a question for Michael.
Yeah.
I think it's still at his house, so that should tell you.
Right.
Since he was reviewing, having
It's definitely the one people are most excited about.
That
We sold
one's
more tickets to that one than any, so if you want to see that one, you better get in fast.
Now, when is that one?
Let's see. We have someone with us, so I should know this off the top of my head, but I don't. So I'm going to cheat.
That's right, I'm
Here
gonna-
it is.
I
It's,
everything.
Saturday 10 p.m.
Okay.
Oh,
because
of
it's,
course.
yeah, of course.
So is there one movie that's like the main movie for each day? Like, is
We
this...
do have centerpieces. Yeah.
Okay.
Bob, you know there's
Well, there's the men's centerpiece, and then the women's centerpiece,
Okay.
and there's an international spotlight. So there's a number of different movies that that are going to different communities that we have to cover a number of socially, with social issues that are in it. One called Meth Head, and let's see what else do we have here?
Well, the boys' centerpiece is called Love or Whatever, and that's a great film about a guy whose boyfriend dumps him for a girl.
Oh, I heard about
Love or
that
Whatever.
one.
You probably heard that one. Yeah, that one's great. It's a lot
Right.
of fun. That's the boys' centerpiece, and then Margarita is the girls' centerpiece, which is filmed in Canada. It's about a Mexican maid working for a wealthy couple in Canada who fall on hard times and then have to get rid of her, and so there's a lot of drama that happens and everything. But it's a great film too. So those are our two boys and girls centerpieces. But we always try to feature a good foreign film as well. Usually there's quite a few foreign films. Michael tends to favor the foreign films, actually.
And I had posted on Facebook, I think, and you had mentioned to me there was one with David, and I was trying to remember his name.
Right.
He's having the immigration issue.
Yes.
Out in the Dark?
Out in the Dark.
Yes.
I really want to see that one.
That's probably a lot of people's favorites who have been on the screening committee. It's a very well-made film. It's definitely very relevant. It's current, very topical, talking about what happens when you're living, a Palestinian nation where you've got all that pressure on you about who you can and can't be, and how you get through that. So that's definitely one I would recommend. It's one of our highlights.
And Grace Towers, they're gonna do. She did her. Is it a short film or is it? It's not a feature film, but it's
a short film.
Okay.
It's a short film. Yeah, Grace. She's now in San Francisco,
Right. Yeah.
But I wish we could get her down here for that. I don't know if we did or not. Good question.
She's got a movie.
I do know her.
She's not that difficult to get her down here.
She's from here.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's a short film. I think that one's screening with Interior Leather Bar, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah. So that one will be Saturday night as well. We try to do quite a few short films, and they're usually screened just right before the main feature film. So most films have a short film before them.
Okay.
So it's great. We usually have a selection of short films that you can see for the day. Almost every other year we've had that, and it's one of the actual. We just bang them out one after another, and it lasts an hour and a half or so. But this year we had a fewer selection of short films, so many features. So we focus more on the features and just put the shorts along with the features. So.
Well, that's very smart.
Yeah, gives you a little.
I think you'd get more people to watch the shorter ones.
Well, because they're there anyway.
Right.
Captive audience.
Right.
Yeah, it's a bonus.
Well, and people go, and they literally just kind of stay all day long.
Yeah.
And
Our festival pass is a great deal. You can buy that online right now. It's available. We actually lowered the price this year because we wanted more people to be able to access the festival. Prior years it's been $150, and that gives you access to all the films, all the parties. This year we lowered them for $99.
Oh wow.
That's good.
It's a great, and that's everything.
For
That's
all
5 days of every film.
Everything.
It's everything. So, and otherwise all the films are $10, other than the opening night film, which is $25, and includes the after party with the drinks and food. So it's a great deal.
And they can get that online.
Yep, they're available on our website, filmoutsandiego.com. All the films are listed there. We have preview trailers with all the films.
Now, what if they want to get the tickets that day?
They're available at the box office as well, as long as they're available. The theater's hard to fill up. There's a lot of space, so usually there are tickets usually still available. But if you want to get them before and secure your spot, you can get them online on the website.
But the big ones you're probably going to want to try to get ahead of time.
Yeah, get them ahead of time, definitely. The centerpieces, which are labeled on the website, you'll definitely want to try and get those ahead of time because it definitely gets a little crowded.
Like that leather.
Yeah.
Interior leather bar.
Selling like hotcakes.
Clearly you don't want to go to that one with me.
Well, I'm a Christian woman.
Bob's seen that one.
I have. I was, I made a point to see that one when I was choosing one.
Is it one that I should watch alone? Or
You could. Yeah, let's put it that way. You could.
Well, they're not going to.
I meant alone. I meant alone without her, or
Well, I'm definitely not going to go and sit next to you during that one.
You can bring the tissues.
I'll bring my blanket.
Yeah.
Tissues aren't for tears.
I'm gonna take Anthony. That's Anthony is gonna be my date for that. Because I'm sure Glitz has to work that night.
Oh, of course.
And if she doesn't, I'll talk to somebody.
Who needs to make her work?
Yeah, somebody who can do her schedule.
Oh, this is fantastic. So give us the website again, FilmOutSanDiego.com.
FilmOutSanDiego.com. We've got several billboards up throughout town. Just look up above the furniture store on University, down past University in Vermont. We've got a big billboard there. We figured for our 15th year, we really want to try and make sure the community knows we're here and around. And then there's 2 as well in North Park, near the theater. So
And Facebook.
Yeah. Please like us on Facebook. You get all of our updates. We're also on Twitter. I think it's FilmOut ST.
On Twitter? I don't know how to do Twitter.
And of course, there's going to be events for every single one of them, so people can go and check in.
Yes, please check in. It helps us a lot, bring more attention to the community. Because, like I said, we have been really shocked at how many people don't know that we're around.
She loves her Foursquare. That's why.
Oh, Foursquare.
I do.
You can check in on Foursquare through Twitter.
Don't confuse her.
One at a time, right?
Foursquare is fine.
Clearly, you lost me in the conversation already. Thank you, Kaleb, for
So it starts on Wednesday.
Next Wednesday.
Next Wednesday.
Yes.
7:30.
Yes.
7:30.
We tend to have a couple of introductions because our festival would not be possible without all of our sponsors.
Of course.
So each of our sponsors has just a brief moment just to get up on stage and say hello to everyone and thank them for being a part of the festival. And And then after that, we get this film going. We try to make it as quick as possible. Sometimes it's comical at the beginning because none of us are speakers, so you never know what's going to happen.
Go, hi.
Yeah, me either.
Yeah, well, we need someone like you is what we need. We try to encourage the drag community to come out and help us out with that. It can be comical as well.
Interestingly enough, the last time that I was at FilmOut, it was loaded with drag queens, but I think it was because
The scene, well, there was a movie. Yeah.
it must have been. I think it was one of the movies because it was like.
Yeah, we do show a monthly actually. A lot of people don't know this either. We actually don't just have the festival. We also show monthlies. Once a month we show a film. And it's either a current gay film that hasn't been released yet, or maybe has been and it's got a lot of buzz about it, or a classic. We've shown everything from The Birdcage to Mommy Dearest to, films that the gay community loves.
Oh, yeah.
Which is great because so many people haven't seen a lot of those films in a theater with a gay audience.
Right. I was going to say, I didn't even know about that, and I would do that.
Come check it out. It's a lot of fun, and our crowds for that are pretty impressive. We've had up to 400 people. So it's really fun to see with your community there, and it's totally the films. It's really remarkable to me how different the experience is when you're watching it with someone,
right?
Compared to your living room or your family or whatever.
Right.
It's really fun, and we do try to bring in the community that relates to the film. Like you might have seen The Birdcage when the drag community came out.
You know what? Did you guys? I think it was Tu Wong Fu.
Oh, we showed that too.
Yes, I think it was Tu Wong Fu. Thanks for everything.
One of my favorites.
Yeah, it was first. I don't think I've ever seen them dressed up so much in my life.
They came out in force. They did.
It
photos
was
from that. We have a banner where when you're walking in, you take your photos. They were pretty comical.
Yeah.
See, that's probably when I'd go to boy.
Right?
You'd be like, bye.
Yeah.
I'd be like, look at all those freaks. That's what I would do.
So if you go on our website, you can sign up for our mailing list, and we send out updates about the monthly films that we do, so you can keep informed about that. We try to do those. We've been doing them on Wednesdays, but after the festival, actually, I guess I'm announcing this here. After the festival, we're going to start doing them on Saturdays, so I'll try to get a little bit more of an audience.
Oh yeah, that would be very helpful, especially for me.
Might be better because people on weekends are drinking at Moe's, but we think people might come check out a film and then go out. So we're going to try it out on Saturdays and see what people try.
No, you can always change it.
Yeah,
It's
worth a try.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I mean, look how many times we've changed producers.
Yeah.
a million.
Was that pointed at anyone?
And
We're still hoping that someday it'll work out for us.
so we do have tickets that we're going to be able to give away. Thank you. You guys are awesome. You're going to have to do some very special things, including like FilmOut San Diego on Facebook and leave some comments below so we know that you're paying attention. Tell us which movie you're the most excited about seeing. And
Except for this leather one.
except for the leather one, because we already know that.
There's a couple in there. I think there's two in there.
I like Pit Stop. I just love the name of that.
That's another. I think that one came from. No, that's not the Sundance film. I can't remember that one, but that one's. It's either Berlin or Sundance. But yeah, that's great. Another one from one of those festivals.
She's going home immediately to get on her computer, to get on filmoutsandiego.com to go through all the movies.
There really is
so she
something
could
for everyone. We make a point of making sure that no matter who you are, well, maybe as long as you're over 18. Not always, actually. We do sometimes get younger kids. GBF would be totally appropriate for younger audiences, but there's a couple that actually are 18 plus. Interior leather bar, you have to be 18.
got it.
There's another one that's pretty raunchy too, the Godoc Project. I don't know if did you see the film Were the World Mine?
Yeah.
That was one of my favorites we ever screened at FilmOut. The same director did the Godoc Project. It's a really fun film about a kind of an awkward kid who's trying to learn more about this popular go-go boy's life, and he tries to create a documentary. So it's a film within a film, and it's very very well done. And it's the guy who's filming is just so hot he's uncomfortable to look at. The imagery in it is beautiful, actually. It's kind of arty. You'd think it's kind of raunchy, but it's more arty. Long shots that are kind of drawn out of his body and no sound, and it's beautiful, actually. So that one's another really great one I recommend. Really enjoy it.
I'm excited about all of them. I will get much use out of this. Thank you very much.
There's honestly not many that I didn't enjoy. I really feel this is, for consistency, it's definitely one of our most consistent festivals. There's been a few every year that I didn't care for. This year, there's not any that I've seen that I haven't enjoyed. We actually are featuring a couple of local filmmakers as well. We always try to feature a couple of San Diego filmmakers.
Good.
Yeah,
So there's a couple of films. Which two are those? as I wrote them down. Wes Colwell's for Rent, and Fernando Garcia and Anthony Diaz's Leather and
The Leather and Grace one, yeah.
So those two are local filmmakers. We try to make sure we support our local community because we are filming in San Diego. So we try to always bring in some local.
And actually, Michael was telling me that Leather and Grace has a lot of local people in it.
Yeah.
It's filmed here, and there are a lot of folk in the
And a lot of them will be in the audience, which makes it a lot of fun because you get to hear the reaction of them and their friends who are there with them. And then
I remember when she had posted like a little snippet clip of it maybe a couple of months ago on her Facebook, and I watched it. It was great. They filmed a lot of it at the Eagle.
Yeah.
Yep.
I remember that.
Yep.
So I'm very excited. I can't wait.
Yay. Thank you.
Thank you for coming and giving us all these. I can't wait to give them out to everybody. You guys are awesome.
Absolutely.
We know exactly what we're doing next weekend.
Great.
And we're not actually going to be here next week. So
We're not?
Yes, we're not going to be here next week.
Why are we not going to be here?
Because I am not available to be here next Thursday.
I can't get a
So you can come
co-host?
to FilmOut.
You can certainly get a co-host if you would like to.
I can do that too.
You could film it live at FilmOut.
That would be a
Look at all of them. If I take a week off, they continue the show. They think I just got to stop because he needs a night off. Oh, no.
Guess who's getting a phone call? Producer Joey. He'll be showing up at my house to get all of the stuff.
Yes, he will. All right. I'm going to have producer Kurt. I'm going to have all my favorite producers here.
Oh, God.
I hope Jay's with you.
On that note, everybody, thank you. We'll see you later.
Thanks.
Bye.